OPS, OPS, obsessive PI syndrome. If you have somebody who likes who likes to view your videos but don't like it, if you have somebody who needs to be connected to you on every platform, if you have somebody clear hair. Sorry, I got a little passionate at the beginning. So we are doing our DSM series, rebooted, where we're going to be talking about the disorders of social media. It's just all done in jest. That is not part of the it is not part of the APA, the American Psychological Association. So I just want to put that out there. But we are talking about ops. I'm not talking about, oh, you the ops. No, but literally the ops. Like, I had to cut this video down from an hour to 15 minutes because I literally can go all day on this. Nothing's more infuriating than ops. So let's talk about their symptoms. They need to maintain a line of communication. They view compared to support. Hostility. Unresolved hostility towards you. But yet they're still watching. Will tell others about your life. Will feign interest like they're not obsessed. So my issue is that with ops, the craziest part about ops is that they will not leave you alone. They hate that they love you. And I know some people be like, okay, you're doing too much. You're on your Leo swag. Not everybody's obsessed with you, blah, blah. But I'm telling you, they are in love with you. When I mean, I'm talking about your brand. They don't like you, the person. They like what you represent. They like your charisma. They like what you can bring to the table. They like your beauty. They like your body. They like everything about you, but they do not like you. Does that make any sense? So my first thing is we're going to go over is contact. So me personally, you guys know I'm a very private person. You guys don't even know my real name. So I feel like when you're a private person, people who are ops, they hate you. They hate that they don't have no update. And every social media platform, like I've had, like as someone who has seen several people who have ops syndrome, I do feel bad for them, but I do not like the fact that you can be connected to everybody on every app. Why do you say connected with friends? Do you want to connect? I don't like these people. Stop connecting us. But they try to get with you on every platform. They'll stay in touch with your enemies so they can have updates on you, or they'll stay in touch with people who are around you so they can have tabs on you. They need, like, literally, you are a movie theater and they need to know when the next season is. Like, these are people that they need to know everything that you're going through. Okay, good or bad. They'll satellite means that even though they don't like you, they will make sure they are still in your vicinity. So let's say you move to Texas. They're gonna be like, okay, well, I'm gonna move to a city near them. Like, they need to move. They need to have consistent attachment to you. They need to have consistent contact with you. You are their lifeline. I know it sounds preposterous, but like I said, with someone who has ops, like, I truly feel like sometimes they don't even know why they even started doing it, but most of the time they don't even know they're doing it to that extent. That's why sometimes when you don't say something, you're met with hostility, because in their mind they've been battling you for the last 3 weeks. But someone who has ops, like, they really will follow you on every platform, and anything you tell them, any type of secret, they get mad at. So here's the signs. Because the thing about ops is that it's embarrassing. The reason why having ops is embarrassing, because you're literally admitting that somebody is better than you. Somebody is better at doing things. Somebody's luckier than you. So the signs that I have on here is you'll notice little changes in their appearance. You'll notice their influence on you. They start getting their nails done. They start wearing their makeup a certain type of way, or they start wearing certain type of clothes that's not on character for them. That's one of the signs that someone around you has ops. That's definitely one of the signs that someone around you has ops, because of the fact that they're going to not admit it, but they're taking notes. They know you are the source of the blueprint of what they're supposed to be doing in life. They will follow you for everywhere. The instant betrayal if you don't let them know about anything. Okay. And this, like I said, this is a mental disorder. This is a mental disorder, at least to me in my book. This is a mental disorder. I feel like they truly feel betrayed. So let's say someone has ops and like you purchase a house and you don't tell them. They are going to lose it. They are going to be mad. They are going to carry a grudge, but they are still going to keep what? In contact with you. So that's one of the signs of ops. The biggest sign, which to me is preposterous, is the invisible competition that they're still losing in. The fact that you have to, the only person, like this is my biggest advice, biggest advice, the only person you need to be competing with is the person who is speaking from your voice. That's the only person, the person in the mirror. That is your only competition. Everybody else, you're not going to compare to a path you're not meant to walk. You don't even have the correct shoes on. Okay, so my main issue about that is the fact that the invisible competition. Like, can you like just think in your head, like someone is in an invisible competition with you and they're still losing. How are you losing at the competition you created? That's the biggest thing. I was kind of confused. I was like, how are you losing the competition that you created? But like I said, like these people with ops, like it is a mental disorder. Like it's something that they just naturally do. Like it's like an addiction. It's like like before they brush their teeth, they need to see what are you up to? What are you doing? What's new in your world? What are you updating? What type of thing they can do to catch up with you? And as well with ops as well, I feel like they want an update on you because they want to know if what they have currently to battle you secretly is up to par. So let's say that you get a house. There's like, oh, you didn't tell me you had a house. Now I have to get a house. Like they are in secret competition with me. They will literally go bow for bow, place for place for you to make sure they can catch up with you. So my main point with this that is important is just that you yourself cannot be affected by this. Like one of the solutions I have on here is to go low or no contact, because when you sit there and you feel like you're being monitored for everything, you start second guessing yourself. And then they want you to second guess yourself. They want you to join them. They want you to second guess yourself. They want you to join them. They want you to be miserable as well. They want you to be miserable as well. Like they want you to feel like you can't do anything. This is why I said like it's very important that you look internally, because of the fact that if you sit there and look for outside people's recognition, what if that person has ops and they're just like, oh, you're not doing enough, or you're not doing enough, and this and the other. Now I'm going to address the elephant in the room, and the elephant in the room is the algorithm. The first thing people say is that, oh, well, the reason why I don't like your content is because the algorithm doesn't push it. Now that is true, but some of y'all only have 20 friends, and like some of y'all only have like 20-30 friends, and you're just like, oh, the algorithm didn't push it, that's why I didn't see it, or the algorithm didn't push it, or I didn't see anything. I was like, you saw it, you didn't like it. And I think for certain, like just make sure you stay yourself, even if you feel like they're going blow for blow. Because like I said, like I've had it where like this person who, it sounds like a horror story, but this person literally wanted my life, like literally, like from different interests I picked out, from different hairstyles I wear my hair, or even how I'm into anime and nerdy stuff. I've been into that stuff since 1995, baby. I'm a Sailor Moon, Dragon Ball Z, Zatch Bell girl from Toonami, okay, on my daddy's side. But it's just, they start doing stuff that you want to do because like they don't have a blueprint. Like you got to understand the psychology of it. They don't have a blueprint of what they're supposed to do. You're what they're supposed to do. Or they see you as somebody who's a competition because of the fact that they don't know what they're supposed to do. The reason why ops happens is the fact that there is a loss of identity. They have no identity. Or they feel like the identity that you have is much more, it's kind of like a symbiote almost. Like they feel like the identity that you have is way better than the identity that they have. So they're going to try to leech onto you. But the thing about it is just that I can give you the recipe to cooking something. I can teach you, I can do a tutorial for my hair, but once you do it and you do your own spin on it, it's going to be completely different. So it's not going to be able, you're not going to be able to mimic it because like I said, it's different ingredients. But if the hands that's making it is the hands that's making it is not trained, it's still going to be trash. How many times you've seen somebody and they have a nice car and the inside is trash? It's like in the wrong hands, in the wrong hands. But I'm going to go into my solutions. So my solution, besides going no contact, really think about what's important to you. So I know some people who like, they love spreading their private life and they love sharing everything. Like I would say this advice is called discretion. Okay. So I have this theory, maybe because I'm Haitian, but I have this theory that when you tell people you're about to do something, that's when it falls apart. And I'm not saying there's people doing black magic. I'm not saying that, but I am pointing out a couple of patterns that whenever I said something before an event takes place, it has fallen through. Like full on, like just whatever I worked for just fell through. So I'm not saying anything, but I am saying something. So next time you want to share something, like I know for certain when it's my time to become a mother one day, I'm not telling anybody. I will CGI, I will holly this pregnancy so quickly. I will hide the belly because y'all evil. Yeah, that's it. Like, that's it. Like, that's not to sit there and like sit in on a bad note or a negative note, but some people are really evil. Like, they really want your life to go bad. They really want you. And I know people people say, oh, no weapon, like no weapon formed against me. Fred Hammond. I know they're quick to say that, but I'm just like, I know, but why is your front door locked? Why do you wear a seatbelt when you drive? You don't think anything bad's going to happen, but why test the limits without having it there? So like I said, discretion is definitely an advice on here. Do not confront them. I am very confrontational, and do not confront them. I made that mistake. I made that mistake of walking in circles with somebody. Oh, Clay. I made that mistake one time. I never make it again. I'd be like, you got it. I was like, you got it. Because when you sit there and try to break through those delusions of grandeur with somebody who has ops, like, you're not going anywhere, and they want you there. They want you confusion. They want you to not know what's up. Like, you're not going anywhere. Stop. Like, that's my main thing is like, stop. Like, I know, be like, oh, well, she threw the rock and hit her hands. Let her be by her. If you notice, if you look over there, she's by herself. She's throwing those rocks by herself. So yes, she's throwing it, like, dodge them, but do not go over there and confront them, because they will never admit it. Someone who's that delusional will never have that level of conscientiousness that you want them to have. They will never have it. Okay, say it with me. They will never have it. Move on. Because I wasted my time doing that. 'Cause I was like, I see what you're doing. I remember I said that. I was like, I see what you're doing. You're copying out. You're mimicking me, doing all this stuff and another. And I was met with, I don't know what you're talking about. You think you all that because you cute. Adorable. But you think all that because you cute, and this I wouldn't recommend someone who's that level. They're not gonna have a level of conscientiousness to really. They might hit you up, like I've been hit up later on after them and a therapist and thousands of dollars have been spent. They'll be like, hey, I did hurt you. Anyways, good for them. But I would also do this, and this is my final point as well, is like, you need to self-evaluate if you're an op, because I feel like sometimes we get so stuck in thinking that, we're like absolved of it, but everybody has envy, everybody has jealousy, but it depends on what you do with it. But I would self-evaluate, are you an op? Are you someone who's following somebody very closely that you really want their life and you don't want to admit it? Definitely for sure check if you're op as well. But don't forget to subscribe, share. It's Claire here.